Well, thank you guys very much for agreeing to sit down and chat with us.
Thank you.
First off, I guess tell us how excited are you guys for these upcoming shows down at Dakota with Prince?
So excited.
Yes. Extremely. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Obviously, you guys have been, how long have you been here, and what have you guys been doing since you've been here so far?
Playing a lot of music.
Yeah, we've been here for, I guess, almost a week and a half, and it's just been rehearsing and really getting tight. Yeah, it's been great.
Now, can you tell me a little bit about each of you, kind of where you're from, you know, what your instrument, what instrument you'll be playing, and kind of how did you wind up coming across and hooking up with Prince?
Through YouTube.
Really?
Yep, and I'm from Toronto, Canada, and I play the electric guitar.
So obviously you've been playing for a long time.
A couple weeks.
Okay, yeah, really?
Yeah.
Just a couple, yeah,
No,
yeah.
most of my life, for sure.
Played like music festivals and kind of just all over?
Everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would you describe your style of guitar playing?
Bluesy, jazz fusion, rock and roll with an element of like psychedelia.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so you say Prince found you, or he came across you on YouTube?
On YouTube, yeah.
Okay. What was that like? And when you heard from him and
crazy. It was awesome. Yeah, he's such a phenomenal musician. And he's an absolutely incredible, you know, entertainer, and also a musician, you know, like a musician's musician. He's just, you know, phenomenal at so many instruments and as a songwriter and producer. So it's incredible to work with somebody so talented and inspiring and creative.
Were you intimidated at all when you get a call from Prince saying, hey, you want to jam together, or kind of how did he say, or did he hire you, or how does it work? I don't know.
I was really, really excited, you know, for the opportunity to be able to, you know, play music and jam and improvise and, you know, just like rock out on some tunes. And I think, I mean, playing music is an incredible experience, you know, and it's amazing to be able to share that experience like with these ladies, you know, and with everybody involved in the NPG.
Were you a big Prince fan before?
Totally.
All this? Okay.
Who isn't?
Not that anybody isn't, but I'm just curious, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
you're obviously familiar with his music.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, how about you?
I was born in Kentucky and have now lived in Chicago for about the last 10 years. I play the drums and sing a little bit as well. And once again, was found on YouTube. Yeah, I had some videos up and got an email, and then, you know, that led to a phone call, and it was crazy. I didn't believe it at first. I didn't think it was real. I was so excited, and, you know, we were at church, and I ran and found my husband, and I was like, look at this, read this email. I don't know if it's real, but check it out. And, you know, as, you know, obviously conversations went on, it was absolutely real and mind-blowing, you know, and it was almost like I didn't believe it until I got here. And the jam, the first initial jam and meeting with Ida and everything, it was just a whole nother world. It was crazy. I was like on cloud 9 the whole time.
do you still believe? I mean, do you believe it now? I mean, have you gotten used to it, or that you're jamming and hanging with Prince?
You know, you get used to it, but then on the other hand, I don't know if you ever really get used to it, because every time you're here, you see something new. You play something new. There's something that, you know, you discover within yourself and your own playing and jamming with all these incredible musicians. It's always a new and fun experience, and it's always so exciting to get here. I get butterflies on my stomach every time I come here, so it's amazing. It's awesome.
How about you?
I have a very different story from these two ladies, because Prince found me on MySpace.
Okay.
Not YouTube.
Okay.
No, I'm from Denmark and I play bass. and yeah.
How did you guys hook, or how did he contact you, or how did you wind up playing with him?
Well, it's a little bit the same story. I got a call, and I was actually on a festival, so I couldn't really hear what was said. And but then finally I heard Prince, you know, the artist Prince, because I was like, what, who? And yeah.
You're like, yeah, I like Prince. Well, what about
And then, I mean, it was a dream come true for me. Absolutely, I was always a fan of his music, and to come here and play with him, and this whole experience has been one long teaching for me. And what is so amazing, it keeps being. It keeps just rising the level of everything. And the cool thing, apart from what has already been said about working with him, is he's such an amazing musician. And what is so fantastic is you can feel how much he loves to play. Yeah. And that gives very much a joy of playing. And I think that's what makes everybody here really have this special energy of just wanting to play and, you know, step up and
push each other.
Yeah.
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 And I imagine, you know, that with any band, the chemistry is the most important, you know, one of the most important elements, but how you play off each other and so, you know, is it, I know you all have basically your own bands kind of at home or have in the past. Is it unusual or strange to kind of be in a band with all women, with the exception of Prince?
You know what's really funny is I always said that I would never be in an all-girl band, mainly because it's hard for me to get along with other females just because of drama or whatever the case be. But being with these girls, I was telling my husband, I was like, if I was going to ever be in an all-girl band, it would be this one right here, because there is no drama, there's no ego, there's no, well, let me top her, and, you know, none of that. It's always fun, it's always a great time, full of love, and the chemistry, the more we play, just, it really locks in, and it's getting really scary. It's awesome.
What, you know, I guess, what should fans expect? I mean, obviously, this is for us, you know, Prince doesn't play here, you know, he has some shows at Paisley Park every once in a while, but, you know, and especially the fact that he's from here, fans are just, you know, rabid about anything to do with Prince. And, you know, what should fans, I mean, there'll be about 1,500 people, I guess, maybe over the course of the 6 shows, but there are many more that wish they had been able to go that won't be able to go. So, I mean, the fans that are going, what should they expect when they're at the shows, and kind of what do you guys think will, you know, kind of happen, I guess?
I think they should expect not as much a show as you'll see in a stadium at a big concert, but more when we play those big stadium shows, there's not so much space for improvisation and to stretch things. And I think that in a small environment like this, and this is what we're able to do, and especially a musician like Prince, who is a master of improvisation and directing. I think that's what's going to be happening a lot.
Yeah.
We're going to see some jamming.
Yeah, I mean, to really add on to what Ida was saying, you know, in intimate settings, there's so much more room for soloing and improvisation, and that is exactly what you're going to get. You're probably going to hear songs that you may or may not have heard before, and you're really going to hear us playing off of each other and feeling in the moment, you know, what to do, where to go, and it's going to be a lot, I guess, musically freer than you would hear in a stadium show. And that's what's really exciting, is that each night, no one song is going to be performed the same. And even in the 2 shows in one night, they're not going to be the same. So it's really awesome, you know, to be in a band of people where everyone is at that caliber to be able to just go wherever the music takes them. And I think that's really why you know, we've come together with Prince. I think that's what this group is really about, is the freeness of the music.
What's really impressive is that, you know, Prince, he's an established superstar and has been for, you know, years, but he's still kind of searching for new, you know, artists to kind of collaborate and come up with, you know, new sounds and new, you know, ways to express himself and helping kind of younger artists kind of learn, I guess, from him and you know, gain some experience from him that way.
Yes.
I'm assuming you guys agree?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
For sure.
He is as phenomenal of a performer and writer and producer and player as he is just as phenomenal a teacher, and really takes time to explain why you do certain things, when and how, and he's a great, great teacher. He's just a genius, as we all know, but to be, you know, behind these doors and really see it and be a part of it, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, it's very cool because he's in a position he does not have to at all.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really because he wants to share, and you know, it's a beautiful thing.
He loves music.
Yeah.
How do your personalities differ, and kind of how does that play into the chemistry of the band, and
Yeah.
you know, who's who in the band, and you know, how do you guys play off each other?
Well, have you seen any of our
Hannah's
funny,
awfully
videos?
mean. I don't know. She's smiling now. But.
I think I'm definitely the loud, obnoxious one of the group. Just, you know, not shy and
The drummer. I guess
Right,
that's okay.
yes.
Yeah.
she's, well, I don't know. I think they're both pretty quiet,
Okay.
but I don't know. What do you think?
No comment.
I think that answers that question pretty well. Pretty well.
It's so funny. No, but our personalities, they, as different as we are, I think that's what allows us to be able to be so close, because there's no clashing. You know, there's room for all of us plus Prince. So when we're all together, it's, you know, on the stage and off the stage, we all have a really great time together. It's, yeah.
Are there any songs in particular from the catalog of songs or the songs that you've played with him that you think you wanted to play or played in your own bands before you met him, and now you're like, I can't believe I'm actually playing this with Prince, you know,
There's
as
so
part
many
of
of them.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got such a huge catalog of music, you know, and whether it's, you know, rock and roll or funk or soul or, you know, something bluesy. I mean, it's all there, you know, so.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's hard to name one, you know what I mean? Because there's
too many.
I mean, they're all hits, and, you know, I think the most exciting part for me playing with Prince was actually learning some of the stuff of his that I hadn't heard, because, you know, you really grow to learn to the core, really, how strong of a musician that he is, and how strong of a writer that he is, and that he's so versatile, you know, and all the different styles that he can write and has written. That's really been the most exciting part for me, is learning all of his stuff that I can, because it's different, and it's been a great experience.
Well, yeah. Well, there's so many songs that I really love, but I mean, one of my favorite songs in the whole wide world is Alphabet Street. And it has been since I heard it first time. And I think I'll never, you know, stop. But I would say on the top 10 list of my favorite songs ever, we're playing 8 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a, yeah.
For the shows, will you be playing new stuff as well as some of the old ones and kind of reinterpreting them, or you know, as for fans, you know, should they expect to hear some that they do know, but maybe some new ones, or is it mostly new, or?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
When it comes to reinterpreting them, we'll expect a lot of improvisation, you know,
Yeah.
so we'll really be stretching out a lot, and you know, especially at a venue like the Dakota, you know, that's well known for having like real musicians, you know,
Real players.
stretch out, real players stretch out. That's what we'll be doing.
Can each of you tell me one thing maybe about Prince that maybe fans don't know that they may be surprised to know, you know, that you've learned by playing with him or hanging around or just, you know, being around him, I guess.
Well, he's a very good ping pong player.
Okay, all right, okay, good. I heard that there's a room with a ping pong table in it. Okay, so does that help stimulate the creative juices or kind of take your mind up? Okay.
It really does. It's relaxing.
Yeah.
I would say he's really funny. Just
Okay, yeah.
like hilarious. You never know what could happen. Never know. But yeah, he's one of the funniest people that I've met.
Yeah. Do you have one, or can you think of anything?
I think that he's just like it's so exciting to be in his presence, you know, on stage, musically. There's, you know, just such a strong like creative energy and vibe when we're, you know, making music together. So it's really cool.
Changing gears just a little bit, I have to ask, so far, what do you think of Minneapolis? You guys have been here a week and a half or so. Obviously, it's Prince's hometown, but what do you guys think of Minneapolis so far, and Minnesota, I guess, in general so far?
It's cold.
It's cold.
It's cold. Yeah.
You guys would have to come in January when it's, you know.
No, I've noticed that it's like really, really clean, especially out here in, you know, in Chanhassen, super clean. And also, I love the Mall of America.
Okay. It's clothes are tax-free
Yes.
here. I don't know if
Yes.
you know that. It may
Yes.
not be for forever, but yeah. Anything else? Or have you guys gotten a chance to get out and see much of the city, or have you been mostly
haven't
here, kind of
actually
rehearsing?
seen so
Okay,
much.
yeah.
There's a lot of pretty lakes all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We have 10,000 of them. I guess that's our slogan. Well, overall, I guess, yeah. Any last thoughts or anything that you just want folks to know, you know, about the shows, or just about this whole thing?
I think 2013 is going to be a really great year.
Yeah.
We're all really excited.
This a precursor to kind of bigger and
Lots
better
of good
things from
Yes.
from all of you together.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes, the sky is the limit. And then beyond that, we will go. So we're super excited for what this year has, and just everyone be prepared for the ride. It's going to be a crazy one. Yes.
And it's going to be crazy, I guess. Expect the unexpected. All right, goodness. I thought that was a wrap. Okay, so they'll be like, so I got into a pillow fight with the band, and and yeah, and so but we can't call you like New Power Generation, or are you guys not New Power Generation, or kind of
We
you?
are definitely a part of New Power Generation. You know, anyone in this camp, you know, regardless of what you do, once you're involved here, you're family, and you are a part of the New Power Generation. So yeah, we're definitely within the MPG. Don't really. We are untitled.
Okay, all right,
At
you
the
are
moment.
entitled. All right, okay, all righty.